Hey guys, so I'm here today to film a review and wear test for you on the Fenty Pro Filt'R Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. I just have samples from Sephora here because I have tried to sample this before and I found it really hard to find a foundation shade. Like I have 150 and 120. 120 is too light for me and 150 is too dark for me. So somehow Rihanna has the most inclusive shade range in the world and I can't find a foundation shade. So when I went and picked up the Fenty concealer recently, I got a sample of the foundation because I wanted to try it out again because I just like want to buy all the Fenty things if I'm being honest. Although I have heard a lot of people with dry skin say that they didn't like this. So I wanted to do a review and wear test on me. I have normal to dry skin and I am going to prep my skin pretty well today with moisturizers. So this foundation comes in, I believe it's 50 shades now. The foundation is $42 Canadian and you get, I believe, a 1.08 fluid ounces, which is a little bit more than a regular foundation, but not by much. And it says it's a soft matte longwear foundation with buildable medium to full coverage in a boundary breaking range of 50 shades. Coverage is medium, finish is matte, formula is liquid, good for all skin types. Gives skin an instantly smooth, pore diffused, shine free finish. The oil-free formula is made with climate-adaptive technology that's resistant to sweat, humidity, and won't clog pores. So wherever you are, it's going to work on your skin. So I wanted to try this foundation out because foundation is one of those things that I'm like obsessed with. And I actually went through my foundation stash recently. I decluttered a lot of stuff, so you know I'm in the market for some new foundations. So before I get into this video fully, even though I'm really into it, subscribe to my channel. I upload every Tuesday and Thursday. If you have any video ideas you'd like to see, let me know down below because filming every week is hard. So now I'm going to insert a clip of me applying this foundation so that you can see what it looks like on my skin, and then we will discuss. Okay, so I've already primed my face with the Too Faced Hangover RX 3-in-1 Spray Primer, and I also put on the Too Faced Hangover RX Hydrating Primer because I have dry skin and normally I would put on just a regular primer that wouldn't affect the foundation, but I know that a lot of people who have dry skin have reviewed this foundation and said that it's really drying and cakey on them, so I want to give this foundation a fair shot and do what I would normally do to help a drier foundation look better on my skin. So I have the shades 150 and 120. I got samples because like I'm not independently wealthy. I'm not trying to buy this foundation if I'm not sure how I feel about it. And I did try a sample in the past and I didn't love it. So I wanted to try them out. Now, this is one of my major problems with this foundation is that I don't have a shade. So I think I'm going to try 150 today because 120 looks too light. So these are the two shades mixed or swatched together. This is 150, this is 120. These are the two light neutral toned shades in the foundation range, and as you can see there is a huge gap between those two. Like I think 150 needs to be a little bit lighter. I also did look online and see that 160, the shade above 150, is actually cool toned, so I might try to get a sample of that, but I'm gonna use 150 today to try to test this out. I don't want to put too much on, so I'm going to start with a small amount. And I'll just apply some bronzer to make it work. So we're going to start with that amount, and I'm going to use my beauty blender to blend it out. Also, this foundation does like come with a hydrating primer, like that's the primer they created for it. So I feel like using a hydrating primer is probably my best option. It's a little bit, I feel like on camera you won't be able to see how dark this truly is on me because usually if I wear a darker foundation on camera you can't tell. But like usually when I put my foundation on I look really pasty. That's how I know it matches me, but, well, on camera at least, but this looks, it just looks a little dark. So I'm going to take a little bit more and I'm going to apply some more coverage around my face. I do feel like already that this is very matte, very matte. So as you can see, it's on. I would call this like a medium buildable foundation. because you can still see like the redness coming through on my chin, and I also feel like I look super flat. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a zoom to see what it looks like up close. Okay, so we are up close and personal. I find that foundation gets really cakey on my upper lip, so I only applied like one thin layer there. But as you can see the redness coming through on my chin, a little bit over here on my cheeks, and like as you can see, there's not really any, like it's not super matte, but it's definitely more matte than what I am personally into. So far, I'm not sure how I feel about this. So I'm going to use the Fenty concealer in 140. I did just do a review of this and the powder that I will link somewhere in this video. Like, this concealer normally doesn't look this bright on me. I'm not going to put any concealer on my forehead or my chin today because I actually want to test how this will work kind of on its own. I'm not feeling it. Okay, like, this concealer looks insane on me right now, and it normally doesn't look like that. And I'm going to set it with the Fenty Beauty Lavender Powder, which is super brightening, so we're going to have to add a lot of bronzer today. I can just feel it coming. Like, look how bright my under eyes look. Oh, bejeez. Okay, I'm going to finish the rest of my face. This probably doesn't need to be set, but I actually am going to set it with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural, because hopefully this powder maybe will lighten it a little bit. And also, I just set every single foundation with this powder. So I'm going to do my brows, finish the rest of my face, and I'll be back to finish up the review. So this is what the foundation looks like after I set my face. I put a lot of bronzer on today, but you can still see that my under eyes look super bright compared to my foundation, and that's not because this concealer is too light for me. That's because this foundation is too dark for me. Like, it looks like it matches on camera, but in person I can definitely see that this is way darker than my neck and just like any foundation I own in general. So I do wish there was a better shade match for me. I need her to add some more shades in the light range. But like, I feel like she just added some more shades, but they were like in the super light range and they were all yellow undertones. And like, your girl needs some more neutral and pink undertone shades in between 120 and 150. Like, give me one in between those two and I feel like it would match me perfectly, but right now, this ain't it. So I set my face with MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural like I showed you guys, and I also set it with MAC Fix Plus and the All Nighter Setting Spray, because MAC Fix Plus tends to add some life back to my skin, although I do feel like it still looks really matte. Let me zoom you in. So I feel like my forehead looks really flat and matte. I'm looking at my mirror over here, which is why I'm turned this way. Like, there's not a whole lot of life in my skin. It is settling a little bit into my fine lines in my forehead, but actually normally it would settle more than that, so it's not a big deal. Like, it just looks so matte here and here. My chin has a little bit of shine, but I feel like that's just because of the crazy lighting in here. And like, my highlight is popping, obvi, because it's Fenty. So I will say I do agree that it's medium, it's buildable, it's full. I don't know if it's full coverage, but it's definitely buildable, and it does have a matte finish, which is what it says, but I don't know if I love the matte finish. So right now it is 12 o'clock, so we're gonna call the check-in time at 12 o'clock, although I've probably had this on since about 11:30, but whatever. So I'll probably leave it on until about 10 o'clock tonight to do a 10-hour wear test and see how this baby lasts throughout the day on my dry ass skin. So if you wanna see if Fenty is good for dry skin or not, then keep watching. Okay, so it is 5 p.m. My phone isn't in here. You just have to trust a girl. This has been on my face for 5 hours. I will say it looks the same. If I look up really close, it looks a little cakey around my mouth area. It did rub off kind of above my mouth and on my nose because I ate a cupcake. Facts. But other than that, it looks pretty much the same as when I put it on. It's getting a little cakey around my forehead and again, like I said, around here, this area of my mouth, but I mean, other than that, I think it looks pretty good. I'm going to zoom you guys in so you can get a closer look. Okay, so the chin looks the same. I feel like it looks kind of shiny on camera, but in real life, it looks matte. It's settling a little bit in my chin crevice, but not a lot. It looks a little cakey, like right here. And same with over here, but more so over here. Cheeks kind of look the same. Everything else looks the same. My forehead, I will say all of my foundations do settle into the fine lines of my forehead, but this is actually pretty decent. Like, it doesn't really settle into the lines. I mean, it is settled, but it's not as bad as most of my foundations are. It's looking a little cakey in my forehead area here, but I mean, it's not bad actually. So as expected, 5 hours is not that long of a time for foundation, so it's doing what it should be doing since it's considered a long wear foundation, and since it's only been on for 5 hours. It looks nice. My forehead does look a little bit shinier than it did, but it's still not as glowy as I would normally like a foundation to be, but so far, I don't hate it. So I will be back at 10 p.m. to wrap this baby up, show you guys what it looks like after 10 hours, and we'll see how long wear she truly is. Hey guys, so it is 9:30 at night. I know I was gonna wear this for 10 hours, but I have a migraine. I just took a migraine pill, so I need to go lay down because everything hurts. So these lights are not it for me, but I just want to take my face off and go to bed. So this is what we look like at the end of the day. Honestly, it doesn't look bad. I feel like whenever you look at your foundation up close at the end of the day, you're like, wow, that looks like garbage. But I mean, for 9.5 hours, like, I feel like my foundation still looks good. It's a little dry around this area. I think if I was to wear it again, I would probably use a illuminating primer, like the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. Because I don't think it's like the moisture that I need. I think it's just that I need more dewiness. So I would either prime with this or maybe even mix with this. So I do have a lot of the sample left, so I'll probably try actually mixing these two shades together, because I do find that when my foundation doesn't match me very well, it's really hard for me to like tell how well it works, because I feel like that just interferes with what's happening on my face. So I definitely do want to try it with a more illuminating primer and see how that affects the wear test. But overall, it really hasn't changed that much since my 5 hour wear. I mean, it's faded a little bit on my jawline, but I rest my hands on my chin and like side of my face a lot. So, but I mean, other than that, it doesn't look too dry and cakey. It looks a little like oily on my forehead, but my forehead gets oily by the end of the day. Like, not even oily, it's just like there's just some natural oils because I'm a human. But yeah. Overall, it's not bad. It just looks a little flat and matte for me personally, so I definitely want to try it with a primer. If you have oily skin, you'll probably really like this foundation, but I know that a lot of people that have, like, if you have skin that's any more dry than mine, you won't like it. Like, I would say normal to dry skin. It's been drier lately because it's the winter time, but if you have dry skin, like, no. If you have normal skin, you could probably make it work if you're willing to prime your skin properly. And then if you have oily skin, you'd probably actually really like this foundation. So I mean, I'm actually surprised. I liked it more than I thought I was going to like it, and I am going to play around with it and see if I can make it work better for me, but I'm not sure if it's something that I would buy because it's just not blowing me away like other foundations have. Although I do feel like on camera right now, like, my face looks really nice. So I don't know. So I hope you guys found this review useful. Let me know down below what you think about this foundation, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.